Welcome to The Jump, presented by Best Buy.
Welcome to The Jump. I'm Rachel Nichols. Look, we're on the court. It's a court,
right.
Richard.
Yeah.
We're on the arena. Boom. Today I'm joined by 2016 NBA champion Richard Jefferson. Apparently he's a champion of the ball community.
No,
That's what I've heard.
Yes, I am.
And of course, the man who played a record 22 NBA seasons, 8-time All-Star, all-timer Vince Carter. And Malika Andrews is going to join us later in the show as well. Also coming up later in the show, Kentucky head coach John Calipari is stopping by. Everyone's coming to see us. Coach Cal will talk to us about all the Kentucky players who are balling out in the conference finals right now. You don't want to miss that. First, though, the NBA bubble is, at its heart, a science experiment. In the middle of a global pandemic in a country where medicine somehow became a debate topic, the bubble is a living, breathing position paper on why masks, testing, and rigorous cleaning work to keep people safe. But it's not only about the epidemiology. Oh no, the lab rats here at Disney World are also an elaborate behavioral and emotional research trial. For months now, they have been removed from their families and homes, confined to a relatively small space, and intermittently subject to acute traumatic stressors, like yesterday, when they were forced to grapple with the reality of how little so much of America values Black women. Oh, and they're doing all of that while also playing at the most high level of basketball on the planet. Elite teams thrown at each other as if in a particle collider, while we all wait and watch to see who gets spit out into the next round. It's not a surprise, then, that out of these extreme conditions, we're getting some outlier results, like we did last night when Tyler Herro set the nets here at Advent Health Arena on actual fire. Herro was born in the year 2000 and should absolutely, positively not be capable of operating this way. And yet there he was in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals, scoring 37 points in 35 minutes off the bench. There is only one other human on Earth who has done anything remotely like that, at that age, at that level. And it is Magic Johnson in 1980, which, for those of you scoring at home, was 40 years ago. What's even more impressive is the timeliness of Herro's buckets. The Heat led last night after a first half in which one of the young stars on the Boston side went inexplicably cold. Honestly, Jason Tatum looked so tentative, so off balance, going 0 for 6. There was rampant speculation he was secretly injured. It turns out he wasn't. And in fact, in the second half, he not only found his game, but was able to key the Celtics' grit. For a few minutes, it appeared Boston would in fact succeed in evening up these Eastern Conference Finals at 2 games apiece. Except, yeah, then Tyler Herro happened. This is a kid who, when the Heat drafted him at number 13, it was considered actually a bit of a reach. ESPN had him ranked at 17th. Sports Illustrated had him at 15th. And yet, in a science experiment, it's not the hypothesis that carries the day, but the evidence. And the evidence last night was resounding. Take a look at this. You're a step to the basket and no problem.
It was just beautiful. Like, you look at this. Look at the way he can move, he can go. And it's like the floater. It wasn't even just, he does it in such a variety of ways, in and out.
Look at the reverse.
Like, come on, with the fillet. He just, you know what he does? He plays the game at a difficult level very, very easily.
Look at this dribble between the legs, right?
Well said.
And then he's going to launch here. Vince, this is like basically from the Bahamas.
That's first team all defense that he's going against.
Yeah. And here's the thing. He's setting him up. He's setting him up for that dribble to sleep, get to your 1-2 dribble to your step back. He knew he was going to take that shot.
And he ain't even sweating.
Look, Herro would score 17 points in the fourth quarter alone. And Boston did pull it impressively close in the final minute. But then Jimmy Butler icing the game with free throws. And Miami, they just let loose and celebrated their young rookie. Afterward, I asked Herro about his confidence. There is no situation that seems too big for you. Your swagger, according to your teammates, is off the charts. I was watching a highlight from you in college, and you said to the rest of the people on the court, "I'm a bucket."
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
I mean, that's just who I am. You know, I grew up like that, and I'm going to stay like that for as long as I'm in the league. But, you know, it's just a good win for us tonight.
He's a bucket, baby. Amazing. You know, science experiments are a funny thing. Sometimes they prove well-worn truisms, but other times they discover a new element entirely. In the NBA bubble, that's Tyler Herro, and he's causing an absolute bona fide chemical reaction that's got Miami one win away from the conference no, not the conference
NBA finals.
One
Yep.
win away from the NBA finals. Vince, I can't even quite believe it. Is Tyler Herro proving to be the difference maker for the Heat with everyone else on that floor?
I tell you what, you showed that picture of Jimmy Butler and Bam, and now you would add Tyler Herro. 2 months ago, you might not have done that. And I tell you what, he's earned the right to be talked about, and he's definitely earned the right to be a go-to guy. Let's say for 3 quarters, he's a guy that you can put the ball in his hand and let him lead his team to victory, or at least lead them into the fourth quarter, because you know who takes over in the fourth quarter for the Miami Heat. So now they're becoming a 3-headed monster in Miami, and they trust this guy at 20 years old.
Yeah, no, it's so impressive. And, you know, what I like about what he did is he helped pick up other players. You saw Jay Crowder struggled to score. There were a couple of other players that really kind of struggled to get a rhythm. And I stand by this. I was talking to multiple people, and it was like, if Tyler Herro scored 27 points, that is an ungodly number for a rookie to do in the conference finals. They don't win this game. It was the fact that he was able to do 37 points, 17 in the fourth quarter, timely buckets. That is next level when it comes to, like, the things that are required from players on a basketball court. Like, he does it in such an easy, smooth way. And you look at this, he's not even sweating. He's not even sweating right now. And that's what just makes it so
RJ,
unique.
Yeah, go ahead. And RJ, to add to that, it was no hesitation in any move. It wasn't any indecisiveness. He knew what he wanted to do. If you look on the reverse, he holds it out to the left side for Tatum to feel like he's going to block it so he can reverse. He sets up the dribble because he knows he's going to go to a step back. He's very comfortable, obviously skilled, but very comfortable in his skin and in this moment.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I want to get to the Boston side, too, guys, because things looked grim for the Celtics when Jason Tatum was scoreless in the first half.
Did not look good.
Even had, yeah, I mean, people were, is he hurt? He looked so tentative going to the hole, but he did rally there. He finished with 28 points. Every game in the series has been such a battle. I mean, look, we've already seen the Nuggets pull off a 3-1 comeback twice in the bubble. Are you giving, Richard, the Celtics a chance in this series? 3-1?
Yeah, I don't think I don't want to say that the series is far from over, but there's still a lot more work to do. You have to understand it took an amazing effort, like something that we had not seen in 40 years. And the last person to do it was Magic Johnson, to your point. So if it wasn't for that type of effort, this series could easily be 2-2. Boston knows that, and so does Miami. So Boston is just like, hey, look, you got 28 points. You got 28 points for Jason Tatum, all in the second half. So it's not like he didn't recover, he didn't figure it out, and he didn't really punch back. But I just think that Boston has to keep tweaking. They're probably about 4 shots away from having this series be tied.
Look at this, Vince, look at this. Look how even this is.
Yes, it's absurd.
Yeah. It's an even match. So it tells me, for somebody like a Jason Tatum, regardless, and all those numbers look great, but they're trying to win now. So you cannot have an 0-for-6 start in an elimination game. And I know he played great, and he did everything you can ask in the second half, scoring 28 points. That's amazing. But if he scores 10 points in the first half, just 10, look at the difference, the outcome. It's just what kind of frustrated me early, his shot wasn't falling. And, yes, we all thought maybe something wrong. He's hesitant. And he started settling for the fadeaway jump shot, which were threes. And I'm like, get a little closer. You know, impact the game another way. So it was a little frustrating. And then they started turning the ball over against the zone. When you turn the ball over against the zone, you're not going to win a lot of games.
No, and it's such a cliche. Like, you know, we have our segment on here. It's a make or miss league. It is that even. The difference, you saw the numbers on this team, the percentages, the